Hello. Hey, everybody. So I promised to come back and let you know what it was like going live on Clubhouse. So if you're not familiar with what Clubhouse is, it is an app. You must have an iPhone. So I have the criteria. I was able to get on, and I'll tell you how I got on. I actually was not even looking to get on Clubhouse, and I saw everyone on my Instagram talking about it, and I said, why not get on Clubhouse? Let's see what it's all about. I've heard some bad, I've heard some good, I've heard, it's a waste of time. So if you're wondering if it's a waste of time, you can comment. I can definitely let you know my opinion, my experience there. I've been in it since December 31st. And again, you have to have an iPhone. But I decided to, after just 3 or 4 days of being on Clubhouse, I decided I was going to host my own room. Yeah. Brave, brave, brave. But, hey, why not just jump out there and do something? Because you just don't know until you do it, right? And fear should not stop you from doing anything. It wasn't that bad. I mean, it was nerve wracking. I mean, I was nervous. When I first got on, I was the only one in my room. Like nobody came. But then after about maybe 5 minutes, I got two doctors on. So I hosted a radiology room. That was the first room that I did. I'm going to do some more, but I've actually just been on the stage of other people's groups. So I'll explain to you what all that is. So if you have not been on Clubhouse, you go into the app. You want to have stuff in your bio. So I went into some rooms that were well-respected rooms with some good folks, that really helped me get my bio together and really explain to me how you want to set your bio up. I think I'm going to do a video on that because that's really important because the bio was so interesting how it was set up. I'm used to setting up my bio on Instagram a certain way, on Facebook a certain way, but Clubhouse, it is not like that. They use specific things to be able to search. So it's really, really cool. I would love to know if that's a video you guys would like to hear, because if I would not have gotten into that room, I would have set my bio up totally different. And some of the people that I've invited to Clubhouse, I look at their bio and I'm like, interesting, interesting. It can block you out of being invited into some of the big rooms or being able to find people who are people you want to follow in Clubhouse. And the way Clubhouse works is dependent on who you follow. It's not like Instagram or Facebook that follow stuff like that to build your following. It's totally different, you guys. I'm telling you, but it's really good in networking. That's what I have come to appreciate about it. So I hosted my own room. My husband and I hosted it together, and we did a radiology room where we had radiology professionals, doctors, technologists, and we all discussed healthcare and where it was. And, we had some people in the audience and we had about 8 people. So the room got up to 8 people, which is pretty good for my first time and only being on Clubhouse since December 31st, right? So just like 4 days later, I decided to do my own room and I had 8 people. So that was pretty good. I mean, I was proud of myself. Pat myself on the back there. And I was grateful for those 8. And both doctors stayed a period of time. One was able to share. And then I was able to network with her because I host a healthy living series every Sunday for the last almost 2 years, where we teach healthy living, like cooking, how do you cook plant-based, all of that stuff like that. And then I host and I interview the medical professionals for the second part. So I'm using Clubhouse to connect and network, not so much to sell my health coaching, not so much to get clients. I mean, I think that'll come in time because they're doing some stuff with the app now. I mean, if you don't have an iPhone, borrow your kid's iPhone, your grandkid's iPhone, somebody's iPhone, and get an invite to get in there. It is great if you're trying to network. And that's what I've been using it for, is to network. And it's paid off really big. I am booked for my Healthy Living series. I'm already booking for the end of April, beginning of May now. So I think I'm going to pull back because I don't want to book too far in advance. Then people, things might come up, summertime vacation. So I think I'm going to pull back. But that's a good problem to have, I think. I mean, don't you? I mean, I think that's a good problem to have, is to have, too many people. And it's amazing the people that want to network and want to be a part of what you're doing. I just would not have been able to reach those people. Like, there's a doctor in the Caribbean. She's going to be a guest. I got to get the date with her, but she's going to be a guest. There's a doc in the DMV area. I would have never met her before, and I've met several other gardeners, vegans. I mean, I was in a vegan room the other day and we were chatting and talking, met some really cool folks, some people that I actually follow on YouTube who are vegans, big time, millions of subscribers. And we're all on a stage together with my, 29 subscribers, but we're on the same stage. It's like Clubhouse is an equalizing people that you probably never ever would be able to reach. They would probably never answer your DMs if you DM'd them. They would probably never answer your Insta Messenger if you messaged them on Facebook. But in Clubhouse, they will respond. Like they're like DM me. And I mean, there are some TikTokers. There's one a chef, he's got 1.2 million. There's somebody else tonight that I was on a stage with had 5.88 million subscribers on YouTube, and I was on a stage. Yeah. So I'm gonna tell you, Clubhouse, if you are not on it, I would encourage you to get an iPhone if you don't have one. Maybe not buy an iPhone, but get an iPhone if you don't have one. And just try it. Get an invite. You have to be invited. That's the thing. Someone has to invite you. Once you're invited, get your bio done. Start networking. Start getting on with people. Start just getting on with people and being in the room listening. I've picked up a lot of tips, especially about YouTube. And I've actually seen my subscribers go up, my views go up. And I mean, it's really good. I'm actually have Clubhouse on right now while I'm doing this live. You don't hear it because I don't have it turned up, but I've been in this YouTube room. They're closing it out now. But it was a pretty good room. I learned a lot. I was subscribed to a couple people in there, and they're like 5.88 million on one of their channels, just one of their channels, and very helpful. So my experience was really good. I would say running my first room by myself, I was the moderator. I got good feedback from the folks that were in the audience, people that were on the stage with me. They were like, we should do this again. So I'm going to try to run it every week. It's been kind of hard because I'm trying to get my YouTube page going and editing. I'm editing everything myself. And then I have a couple other businesses that I'm doing. So if you got any tips, let me know. But Clubhouse is definitely very helpful, I have found, with networking. I have some friends that do it, and they've actually increased their coaching businesses, pulling in. It's like a funnel. They're getting customers. They have people joining their memberships to their programs. A lot of people are using it that way. Again, I know most people are using it to network. I mean, networking is invaluable. If you're in business in this day and age, we cannot network like we used to, right? Being able to reach people. I just went to an event with 50,000 people. It was probably a couple months ago. 50,000 people. Usually they have it live, but because of the situation of the world today, of course, no one's doing anything live. Well, I was able to network with people in Lithuania, people right from my home, like I'm doing right now. And that was amazing because I still am in contact with those people business wise. So, just the connections that you're able to make with people via, platforms like this, where people can watch you, people can interact with you in a live manner, where like the chat, they can put things in the chat, they can comment based on what your content is, and network, message you if they want to work with you. I mean, it's a lot of that going on. And the more platforms you can find to do that, I would say do it, especially if they're free, and Clubhouse is free. That is the other thing. It's free as of right now. Again, every day the app is changing. So I'm glad I got in early. I'm grateful for the stranger, just one person. Again, the way I got invited was someone I don't really know. We just had the same business coach in common. She lives in Germany. I live in the United States. And I just reached out. She put on there, she was hosting a Clubhouse room. I follow her on Instagram. I always comment on her content. She's amazing. And I just reached out and said, hey, do you know how I can get an invite to Clubhouse? And I woke up 1 a.m. When I woke up, I did that at 1 a.m. I woke up the next morning. There was my invite. Yeah. So, it never hurts to ask. That's what I would say. Always ask. The worst someone can say is no. No has not killed me. I've heard it a lot all of my life, and I'm still alive. So ask. You never know the answer would be maybe yes. So I got the yes, I jumped right on, and I have been loving it, loving it, loving it. So let me know in the comments who's on Clubhouse. What do you think about it? If you agree with me, it is time consuming. I will say you have to manage your time. So there are certain days I don't get on, or if I get on, I set a timer and I'm like, I'm only on and then I'm off. Don't look for another room. Don't look for another room, because if I look for another room, I'm going to find something that I want to stay in, and I'm going to be taking notes. I mean, I got notes here, plenty notes from when I pop into people's rooms, and because you can't record. That's the other thing, you can't record. These are not recordable, audio, video, anything. So anyway, well, I am gone. I'm out. Just want to drop in here, and I just have been meaning to do this live to let you know how was my first experience doing a Clubhouse room. It was great, great, great. I encourage you, jump out there, conquer your fears. If it makes you nervous, then you should be doing it. I'm out. Have a good one.